Mystery and magic come alive with the all-new Dungeons & Dragons action figure.
Beware the forces of evil, for it is they that will keep your land and your treasure unsafe.
We'll even have it.
Chill.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk about the Dungeons & Dragons Neca Warduke. I wasn't going to buy this, and then I saw him, and then I had to buy him. And why? Because just look at him. He's insane. He's just... Okay, calm down, Dave. First things first. Let's look at the box. Neca boxes, it's my favorite kind. You got the cover, but then you open it with the window inside and you can look at the figure, and that's what sold me, because just seeing him, I thought, when he comes out of the package, boom! This is the ultimate example of an 80s toy modernized into an awesome piece of just wickedness. This is why you can tell that I don't script this show, because I'll start a sentence and not be entirely sure how I'm going to finish it. But look, this is just so beautiful. Well, I remember initially talking about this being revealed in just like, design sketches on Good News like a year or so ago. And now here he is. And I remember saying that what I loved so much about the look of this was that it looks kinda silly. But in a great way, it looks like a child drew an imaginary monster barbarian character, and then some amazingly talented sculptors and action figure manufacturers turned it into a 3D piece of badass awesomeness. Because, yeah, like the designs, the bear skin, but then the chainmail kind of dragon scale type armor, the helmet with the wings, a flaming sword, it looks kind of bonkers and sort of silly, but also brilliant. And that's kind of what I go for with this channel as well. Silly but brilliant. Normally it's more the former than the latter, but occasionally you hit that sweet spot, and that's what they've hit here. I love this design because it's everything that I dig about action figures so much. It's bright, chunky, bold, unique. Like I said, I wasn't going to buy him until I saw him, and I was like, well, shoot. Now we're getting him. I'm not even going to keep him because he would just go into storage like instantly and then stay there for goodness only knows how long. So I am going to sell him. But I wanted to buy him just to kind of experience the fun of playing with this action figure. Because also, for Neca, there's decent amounts of articulation as well. We've got the sort of the ball joint in the knee, which is kind of unusual, but I sort of dig it. Although you do get a weird little sort of kneecap spiking over his leg there, but, you know, it is what it is. It's actually, when his leg is straight, it means that the joint is actually very nicely hidden. So that's a good big thing there. But stuff that I love is not multimedia, but multi kind of materials that go into a figure. And here, it's only a small thing, but we've got this little chain. The little chain on the sword belt there, it's so nice. It makes it feel more like, I don't know, like a movie prop or something. Something that real care and attention and cost has gone into. And of course, all these things are removable. This is sort of G.I. Joe classified style that I love so much. Everything can be put in and taken out. He can hold all of his weapons. That's what's great. And this huge, chunky shield. Oh, Gadoosh! That's a proper kind of Shao Kahn looking design display on there. So big and mean and badass. Then we got the flame effects going on the sword. And I've seen, this is a common thing to do, the removable flame effects. I think, some legends have it. I've got some mythic legions that have it. I think this is the best executed one. I think the flames just look like they're crackling so well with the little glints of orange at the end of each part of the flame. It just looks alive. And that just, oh, you know what I'm saying? Then all of his separate armor here. It's like, I'm not really kind of breaking it down in any way you can't see yourself, but in case pictures or seeing it in the box don't do it justice, that's why I want to verbalize this. Because all the color and all the separate sculpting in the armor, so beautiful. He actually has the paintwork. Sometimes it's hard for my eyes to tell if it's like a wash and shading or if it's literally just shadows the way that it falls. But I think it is proper shading and washing like on the body that brings out different kind of looks and tones to the flesh and the muscle. That's so great. And then on his actual armor piece here in his midsection, it's not just a flat gold, but it's like dark in places and black wash. The more I look at it, the more I'm marking out over it. And this is kind of great. Like, I know that I'm going to sell him at a loss, because why would anyone pay full price plus shipping when they can just pay full price without shipping, you know? But I just wanted to buy him for the experience of playing around with what could potentially be, honestly, this is a contender for action figure of the year, and we're only in February, but I just love everything about it. I see that there are more figures in this line. There's going to be another review coming up with Grimsword, because I couldn't get just the one, obviously. But then there's another couple coming out. There's a human knight and there's a goblin looking guy as well. If I was staying in the UK, if I was still cultivating a collection here, oh my goodness, I would probably buy all of them, and that would get expensive. And that's the only caveat I will say as well. This is $42, £42. You know, I always say bucks because you can kind of like swap that between dollars and pounds with exchange rates and stuff. It all works out pretty much the same. What I'm saying is it's expensive. But then again, it's maybe less than 2 Marvel Legends. When you think about what you get with a Marvel Legend, which is often just a flat painted buck and no accessories and a different head, and then you look at all of this, there ain't no reuse going on here. I feel like I've got more of my money's worth. It's still crazy expensive. So like, if this was $30, I'd give him like an 8 out of 10. But you know, I gotta reduce my scaling a bit because of the money that you pay. But still, he measures up so great with look at his little purse at the back there where he might keep, I don't know, polos, chapstick, loose change, all that kind of thing. It's the little gold on the buckle. I was almost finding trouble articulating words. I still am, clearly. But I just dig it. The more I turn him around, I rotate, I look at everything going on here. The straps on his armor. He's got 2 other hands. 2 other human hands as well. One with a fun sort of finger pointing Shao Kahn style.
You will die.
Like, that's just wicked. He's labeled, he's listed as, what does the box say? The box says evil action figures. It does what it says on the box. He's an evil action figure. And also what's great, yes, NECA are 7-inch scale, which, you know, I prefer the 6-inch scale. You can put things together better. But first of all, being bigger, you got more chunk, more bang for your buck. But also because he is a monster type character, doesn't matter. This guy could be like a giant, an ogre type person if you want to put him with other characters. But man, you could stack him up with Mythic Legions. I wish I hadn't packed all my Mythic Legions away. Otherwise, I'd do some size comparisons, you know? But you could put him with them. You could put him with Mortal Kombat figures. There's so much this guy can go with. If you've got your Mezco Conan, oh my, the posing possibilities for displays are endless. I could just point out all the individual little bits, the boots, the gems, the little gold around the edges. Just, if I'm marking just for paintwork, this guy gets like a 9 out of 10 for the paintwork. It's so great. I love the metallic blue. What does every toy reviewer say? They pop off the shelf. That was a really good one. It does though. This sheens and shimmers and glistens and gleams. It's so pretty. And then you got to be careful here because these are quite sharp. They're actually quite sharp and spiky. But also with that in mind, be careful because I imagine if this guy took a tumble off the shelf and landed on these, they ain't gonna last. And believe me, I've already found out about breakages. Yeah, more of that later. My fault as well. Not the fault of NECA. I'm a clumsy oaf. But luckily, this dude, he's in good nick. And I love him. I really love him. You know what? Let's give him a grade. So, as a grade for NECA D&D Warduke, I am going to give this guy a solid 7.5 out of 10 with a boom seal of model behavior. This guy is absolutely terrific. He would have scored even higher, but of course he has quite a high price point too. So therefore that all evens out for what is an excellent score. And guys, that does it for my review of Warduke. What do you think? Are you going to get into this line? Because if you are, I've got a couple of figures I could sell you. But honestly, I'm so taken by these because it's the creativity. I love the creativity so much, and Neca just absolutely nailed it. They keep making things like this, and as long as the line is profitable for them, this could be the start of something really amazing. And the fact that you can fudge them in with all the different lines and brands that have medieval sword and sorcery type characters, holy potatoes. When you look at the Hasbro D&D figures from the movie coming out, and like you compare what you get, the work that goes into them, it's like, come on, there's there's D&D figures and D&D figures. This is what I'm talking about. Guys, if you want to support an awesome new like line set of figures, I say go all in with these, because these look like so much fun, and that already does it. So I was just rambling. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time